Hi, I wanted to go through some resources that I've made for professionals and for families of children that struggle with demand avoidance. So these are children that have high anxieties and they need to feel in control. So these strategies work alongside the zones of regulation. The first one is the things that we need to do. So this is the demand. The priority is guided by the adult. What is it that you would like the child to do? I've got lots of different icons, some relating to home, some relating to nursery and to school. What's really important is the strategies that you use in one place needs to also be used in the other for it to be really effective. So let's imagine that the request, the demand, is to put the shoes on. Now, the second column is how important is it to the adult that they put their shoes on. Now, if you're at school, then it is important that you put your shoes on because of health and safety. If you're at home, you make that judgment call. You know, is it important they put their shoes on before they go into the car? Not really. Is it important that they put their shoes on walking around town? Probably. But you have to make that decision. It's important that you say why. So we're back at school. You need to put your shoes on because I'll get told off. You know, I need to put your shoes on because somebody might tread on your toe and it will hurt, and then I'll feel really sad about that. You know, kind of really going over why you have requested the demand. The last column are the steps that the child feels in control of. These are adult driven, this is child driven. So they get to decide what they're going to do. First, second and last. You might just have two, you might have first and last. It depends on the child. Too much choice is a demand. So you really have to adapt it for individual children. So let's imagine that they say, okay, right, I'll put my shoes on, but the first thing that I'll do is I will sit on the green chair. The second thing will be that you will get the shoes, and the last thing will be that Sarah puts them on for me. So they are in control. The objective, the demand has been achieved. It doesn't matter how you get there, and they feel safe because they feel that they've had a say in what's been asked of them. Now, the second one is about flexibility. So this is where examples of the shoe, let's say, does it matter what shoes they are? Ultimately, as long as they have footwear on, can it be their trainers, from their PE kit? You know, you really do have to look and think, what is it that's important? So this is where the flexibility comes in. So again, I've got ones for home and I've got ones for nursery and school. So let's imagine this is at home, because a lot of children with demand avoidance will struggle with the demands put on them to get to school. So let's imagine you've asked them, mum's asked them, dad's asked them to make their bed, to tidy it up before they come down for breakfast. So that's what they've been asked to do. This is where they need to feel in control. So, okay, don't give them too much choice. So you might have 3 things here, you might have 2 things here, things that have worked before. You look and you think, okay, so, yep, I'll make my bed, but I'm going to do it after my breakfast. I want you to time me, because last time I did it in 3 seconds and I want to do it in 2. And I want you to help me. Okay? Fine. Ultimately, they feel safe and in control, and you've got your demand met, your request met. Now, the last one is for children that have behaved inappropriately because of a demand put on them. Now, I've organised it in such a way that it is about solving a problem. This isn't about punishing the child, giving them a sanction for something that they've done. Ultimately, these children are driven by anxiety, emotions, and the need to feel safe. So you are working with them together, you're working to solve a problem. So let's imagine that the child has been rude. I've got other ones here, damaged property, hurting others, but let's say they've been rude, okay? So you would talk to the child when they are calm. You will talk to them when they are ready, not as a punishment, not as a detention. It can be another day. Ultimately, they need to be in a calm, safe state. So, along here are the triggers for that. This is where you work with the zones of regulation. You look at what happened to the child for that to happen, because they wouldn't naturally do this. There has to be a cause, there has to be a trigger. So they might say, actually, miss, it was really busy outside. So-and-so kept pushing me in the queue and it was really noisy. Right, so now you can see what happened to the child to make them feel so unsafe that they had to get control and they started to become rude. Down here are the solutions. So what can we do together? Because I'm your safe person, what can we do together so that this doesn't happen? Okay? These don't happen. So it might be that you decide together that the adult will take them in from break early. So you're saying, okay, that queue was really busy, the line kept pushing you, it was really noisy. I know. How do you feel about me bringing you in early at break time? Okay, yeah, that might work. Yeah, and we can take you to the sensory room or the calm room, whatever it might be. Yeah, I'd like that, because we know when you're feeling a bit wobbly, bring in the zones of regulation, we know when you're feeling a bit wobbly that things become more heightened. So these things are going to cause a problem, aren't they? Yes, they're going to cause a problem. So do you think that might work? Yes, no, maybe. It's up to them. They might say, yes, miss, that's perfect. Or you might use this as a tool where you do it the next day or at break time, you try it out and then you get it out. Do you think it worked? Did you have a problem? Yeah, I did. It did work. I didn't have a problem. Yeah, it did work. So these tools need to work alongside the zones of regulation, because you need to know why you are feeling unsafe. You need to have that communication and that ethos in the school, to have that dialogue, to have that agreed sort of contract that if you are feeling wobbly, if you are feeling blue, that you can do something, that you are working together to move yourself from one state to another. Okay, I hope you enjoy. All right, thank you and bye-bye.